What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing 3 looks that I thought were standouts for Spring Summer Fashion Week 21, which just happened. These are 3 looks that I thought were the easiest to translate into real life, because there's always some, avant-garde thing out there, but I think these would be the easiest for you at home to do, and for me too, that I would actually wear. And this happens to be my favorite. This is a look from Dior by Peter Phillips, and I think it was one of the most stunning makeup looks I've seen in a long time, and I also love the fashion collection too. So I just want to inspire people to, I always say inspire people like like I'm the Dalai Lama or something, but I just want to show the looks that I enjoy doing, but it's an interpretation on something that you can also interpret yourself. So there's riffs and things you can do with this. It's not about doing this exact thing. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I love to put my spin on what I see happening in fashion because I am around it with what I do for work. I really hope you guys enjoy and have fun. So I just sped through my complexion or my base products because it's kind of all the same for every look, just very natural skin. I did a little bit of contour just to warm up the skin a little bit and just give some dimension back. A lot of these looks, and you'll see, don't have a heavy blush or anything. I just wanted to keep it all very bronzed, but just in the contour areas. I am going to start with the first look, which is Versace. This whole collection was inspired by the sea and kind of very mermaid-esque. I thought it was beautiful. As someone who's a minimalist, it's so funny that I'm so drawn to these things too, but I just think the execution of the makeup, the hair, and the clothing together was pretty brilliant, and I just thought it was very refreshing to see. This look is pretty much about the lips and the hair. That's kind of what I'm going to focus on, is the lips, since we are doing makeup. So what I am going to do, though, to begin with, is just add a little bit of contour around my eyelid, just so it has a little bit of shape. There wasn't any heavy eye detail going on that I could see, so I'm just going to add a little bit of dimension to my eye with the Benefit Hoola, which is the same thing I used for my contouring. For mascara, I'm going to use the Glossier Lash Slick because I think it gives a very wispy, ethereal eye look, and in lieu of the style of the clothing and the makeup, it just is very ethereal and just gorgeous mermaid vibes. So this is what I'm going to use for my top and bottom lashes. So lashes are on, just very wispy and ethereal looking, nothing too heavy, which I think that was kind of the idea of the look. I also wanted to mention, and I forgot to do this, the makeup artist for the show was Lucia Pironi. I think she's an Italian makeup artist. Such beautiful stuff she does. I went on her Instagram yesterday and I was like, wow, amazing editorial stuff. I am gonna add a little bit of glow to the skin. Some of the girls seem like they had very wet looking skin, which is so beautiful. But I think to translate that into something more wearable, I'm just gonna add powder highlighter. It's my Anastasia Amrezy highlighter, and it's a very champagne-y color, but this powder in particular is formulated to where it looks wet on the skin, I think. So I am just gonna add that to the high points of my face and my nose, just to give the illusion of wet skin, but not have a full-on oily or glowy skin. And you can see it just gives the illusion of something happening on the face, making it more three-dimensional and less flat. And it's just very ever so slightly subtle, but something's there. And I think this is such a beautiful highlight. I love the glow it gives without feeling heavy or sticky on the skin. It's so pretty to me, and I think very wearable and translates really easily. So I'm gonna move on to the lip, which was the star of the show, was that super punchy lip. There was a range of colors between reds and corals and pinks, and seemed like a matte lip to me, most of the looks. Some girls didn't have any lips, but the girls, the girls who the girls who had lips, it seemed matte to me. Now, I'm not a fan of a matte lip. I did my video of my red lip, which was matte. I think red lips do look amazing matte, but I don't have a huge matte lip collection. So what I'm gonna do that I think a lot of women can do, and that's very easy and what they might have already in their collection, is to mix glosses that you have. So you get that punchy color, and it's just a lot more comfortable on the face, on the lips to wear. So I'm gonna use the NYX Butter Glosses, and I have two colors. These are awesome. They are so comfortable on the skin. They're really pigmented, and they're like $4. Strawberry Parfait and Cherry Pie. To give us that punchy, beautiful lip, I think this will be the easiest for people to do. So I'm gonna apply the red one first. To give us that more punchy color, I'm gonna add the pink, which is a very cool tone pink. When you mix it with this red, it comes out that beautiful punchy color. I am gonna just use the applicator. It probably will contaminate my gloss and put some red in here, but it'll be fine. Like I said, these are very affordable, so I'm not gonna be too offended by it. This is kind of my interpretation of the look. The skin and the eye and everything is so simple, and then you add this beautiful glossy punchy lip. I think it's gonna be so gorgeous for next spring, because obviously this is for spring 21. The hair in the show was a lot more wet and mermaidy and kind of like as if they came out of the ocean, but I think, you know, just natural hair, and I kind of took inspiration from Hailey Bieber's, actually Versace campaign for the new fragrance Dylan Turquoise. She just had this very wavy hair with the clips in. I just think it's really pretty and kind of a fresh take on something new for spring next season. Yeah, this is the look, and I think it's very easy to mix any two colored glosses you have to get that really punchy color instead of going out and buying something that, like a color that you won't normally wear all the time. Yeah, this is this look. The next look is going to be Ferragamo. I think the makeup artist's name is Farah Hamidi. I hope I don't butcher her last name. I love this look because I've done, sorry, let me explain what it was. It was a graphic red eyeliner, and they also had white eyeliner too. I have done, I think it was like 2 New Year's Eves ago, I did a red eyeliner with a liquid lipstick, and I loved the way it turned out. I no longer have that liquid lipstick, but I am going to use lipstick again to create the liner because I don't have a red eyeliner. But I love the editorial style of just a simple liner in a color. Everything else is super natural. Skin is natural. Lips are just almost very glossy, but no color to them. I think that's just something really beautiful about that, and very fashion forward. To do the liner, I am going to use NARS Cruella, and I'm just gonna use a pencil brush, and we're gonna dip into the lipstick with our brush just to pick up that product on the brush. We're not drawing anything on here. I think that'd be a little harder to control that way. This way, we're just depositing the color onto the brush that will help us create the line that we want. And the line was very graphic. It went very straight up. It didn't really come out. It was more so straight up, which I love that look. I think it really does something interesting to the eye shape, and I love it. I'm gonna start with what I have on here and map out the shape, and I'll show you on this side here so I can look at my mirror and also do what I'm doing. So I've mapped out the kind of shape that I want, and now I'm just going to continue to build the color and fill it in and clean up with a cotton bud here just to buff the edges out and make sure it's like really sharp in the way that I want it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we do want to make sure that we are kind of creating that lifted look in comparison to what was on the runway, which I loved. And see, just by taking the Q-tip here and just cleaning up right here and lifting it up, we get that little devil flick. And I think it's so cute. So I am going to do the same on the other side and come back for lips. There's our little red flick liner. I think it's really cool. It's a take on something different than just black liner. And you can use literally any color lipstick that you already have. It works best with a liquid lipstick, I thought, when I did this a couple years ago, just because it's just a more opaque color, but this works just as fine. It's really easy to manipulate, and I think it's really cool. The lips on the runway were very, very high gloss. Didn't look like there was any color in the gloss. I don't have a clear gloss, but this gloss I love. It's the NARS Laguna gloss. It's very shiny. It has a little bit of gold in it, but it just makes the lips kind of pop, so that's what I'm gonna use. I love this look. It's so cute. The little red flicks I love. I think a white color would be cool. Any color. It's just such a cool and easy way to elevate whatever you're doing, and I think it just adds a bit of editorial and fashion. The hair in the runway was very natural. The photo I showed was Paloma Elsesser, who's stunningly gorgeous, and she has this gorgeous wavy hair, so I'm just rocking with what I got going on today, which is just my wavy hair that I sleep in. Yeah, I hope you guys try this at home, and I think it's such an easy thing to do, and it's just really cool to me, so have fun. I just removed the mascara and the red liner I had on, and again, the skin stayed the same. I touched up my concealer a little bit. So the third and my favorite look is going to be from Dior, and the makeup artist is Peter Phillips, global makeup artist for Dior makeup. I listened to him speak on Instagram about the look, and the whole fashion show was inspired by stained glass, and the heavier eyeliner is supposed to be the frame of the stained glass. I thought that was such a gorgeous thing to say, and what a gorgeous idea to have. I love heavy liner looks in general. I think they're so cool, and they can go from grungy to fashion to Bollywood. It's just I love the idea of what you can do with a simple black liner. I am going to take the L'Oreal Voluminous. This is the Smoldering eyeliner. This is one of the best eyeliners you can use for this type of look. It's almost like a kohl or a kajal eyeliner, I would say, or similar to that texture and formula, but this is such a beautiful one to use. It's really affordable at the drugstore. I know Jillian Dempsey makes a really nice kohl eyeliner, but this is one that I have. He was explaining in the video that the shape of the liner wasn't anything too cat eye or too different than the shape of the model's eye. It really just was heavy and shaped the actual eye that you had. We'll see where I get with this and what I end up with, but I'm just gonna start drawing around my eye. Also inside my waterline and my lash line, sorry. I had a moment there. And see where I get with this shape. This liner is very creamy and easy to manipulate, so let's just see what happens. I don't think you can really mess it up. It's not supposed to be perfect. That's the idea of the look. That's always great for me because I love something that has a bit more edge to it, so here we go. So I just cleaned up any really wild edges, but similar to the photo I popped up, it just mimics my eye shape, and we have a little bit of a point here in the inner tear duct and a little bit of a point out here. Once we add mascara and everything, I promise you it'll look a little bit more wearable than it does now, but I love looks like this. I think they're really edgy and so cool. So this is the final look. I just copied the other eye, added some mascara, lots of mascara. I think this look really needs it. And I used the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift, which is my favorite. You can add some blush and more bronzer to this look if you want the skin and face to look more approachable. I know this is a really heavy eye for most people. You know, it can be quite intimidating. This is a very editorial style look. I happen to like it. I would actually wear this out to dinner and whatnot, but it's just an interpretation on an idea. And I think what Peter Phillips said about the frame of a stained glass window is such an awesome way to describe what your eyes are and what you can do with them and how you frame them and the different things you can do with them. I just think that's such an interesting thing to say. This is my favorite look. I'm a different version of myself with this eye. I hope you guys try it, and I hope you do different variations on this. This is kind of how I interpret it, and I hope you really enjoy having fun. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment down below. Let me know what you want to see. Tell me what's up. Have fun.